Hello everybody, welcome back to our closing ceremony here on Zoom and Facebook. YouTube didn't quite work, so apologies for the slight delay. I'm sure some of you are still at work you've done the treasure hunt this afternoon. We'd just like to say thank you so much for your participation today. We've had over 40 kids here today, and that's not including the ones that said that they can't make it, unfortunately.
It's been, I think, hopefully you will all agree, a fantastic weekend. We've absolutely loved putting it together for you, and we've loved seeing you all this afternoon. Of course, we all have our own personal highlights. Lots of you today mentioned our takeaway last night, Smith, so clearly that was a massive hit. And of course, it's been great, all the interactions we've seen across Facebook and Twitter, all the activity bases that you did yesterday, some incredible rocket launches, I think you do have to say, some and parents regretting being quite so close, giving it that extra little bit of a shake. And of course, it seems like you all enjoyed this afternoon as well. It really has been a camp to remember. Hopefully we'll be back to some form of normal camp though in the not too distant future. But before we do close camp, we do have a little video just to end camp from our County Commissioner, Mr. Dave Hopley.
Hello, Wisterson Scout Group. I hope you've had an out-of-this-world time at your space-themed virtual camp this weekend. I've really enjoyed following your programme of activities, from your rocket launcher challenge to your activity bases, Tom and Smithy's Saturday night takeaway, and your What 3 Words treasure hunt around the village. I'd like to say a big thank you to all your superstar leaders who've pulled together this fantastic weekend, and to all the mums and dads who've supported the programme. And of course, to all of you Beavers, Cubs and Scouts, I hope you've had a brilliant time. This virtual camp might be over, but the fun really doesn't stop here as we start to get back together face to face as Scouts. I know your leaders have an exciting programme lined up for all of you, and I hope to be able to join you at one of your activities in the near future. I also hope to see many of you at Cheshire's space-themed International Jamboree next summer. Thank you all, stay safe and keep scouting.
Thank you very much for that, Dave. Dave's new impact, we're really pleased to get him on board indeed. We know he's following us on Twitter, and we know he's seen some of the videos we put on YouTube as well.
But of course, we can't go without closing camp without saying a massive thank you to some of our incredible people who've made this camp possible. First of all, to Arkayla for doing both of the Storytime videos for us on Friday and Saturday night.
Fox for all his cooking in the garden videos.
And Evo with his stretch session this morning as well, live across Zoom and Facebook.
Behind the scenes, we've got Richard here. I think there he is, doing all the video editing for us, which has been a great help.
And one thing that most of you at home won't have seen was that we did have the leaders social last night that Ellie and Luke put together for us, as we normally would try to enjoy as leaders on camp. So massive thank you to them as well for putting that together. And of course, the biggest thank you of them all, I think, has to be down to all of you for taking part. It's been incredible, as we've said, to see that level of interaction and engagement. It's made the whole thing worthwhile. And I think Smith's target was to beat our last camp last July. And I think you've probably just about managed that.
By the notifications on the phone.
We will have a highlights video coming your way, hopefully later on within the week, Wednesday or Thursday. So look out for that. That will go live across YouTube and Facebook.
It's also worth saying that some of you haven't even seen us before. You've only ever seen the square of our head on the computer screen. Some of you today, the first time we've ever seen our building. So this is amazing. Thank you for joining us in a really difficult time, and we look forward to welcoming you inside as soon as we can.
But although it's been a great camp, we'd like to just end with a little bit of a moment of reflection towards His Royal Highness, the Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, who sadly passed away aged 99 at his home in Windsor on Friday morning. The Duke had led a long and established life, having been by the side of our patron, the Queen, for over 70 years. Becoming the longest serving consort in British history, having been described by Her Majesty herself as her constant strength and guide. His Royal Highness had many hobbies and interests, such as the environment, and was a patron to hundreds of organisations. But his biggest interest, perhaps, was that towards inspiring the next generation for the creation of the Duke of Edinburgh Awards, one of which myself, like many of thousands of others across the country, are a very proud holder of. He was, of course, a husband, a father, a grandfather, and a great-grandfather, and will leave behind a lasting legacy. And all of our thoughts and prayers from everybody here at the 35th go to Her Majesty, the Queen, and the rest of the royal family during what will be an incredibly difficult time for them all. We would usually end camp by lowering the flag, but out of a mark of respect towards the Duke of Edinburgh, our flag has been lowered to half-mast, as you will have seen today, and will remain that way until the day of his funeral. So rather than lowering the flag for the end of camp, we are going to ask you to join us in a minute's silence by facing to turn the flag in memory of the Duke of Edinburgh. So, camp, standing at ease, camp, camp alert, camp, turn and face the flag. Camp return flag. Thank you for joining us in that moment of reflection, and thank you for joining us for the whole of the camp. We'll see you again very, very soon. But for now, from us, it's goodbye. So when you are dismissed, turn smartly to the right and salute. Camp, camp, dismiss.
Bye, everyone.